The second step is to think of what you want and only that. If there's only one thing you learn from this training, is to think positively. Positive thinking means thinking and talking about the things you desire, whereas negative thinking is thinking and talking about the things you do not desire. Positive thinking is an extremely important aspect of life in general. Every time you say words such as, I can't, I don't want to, but, try, or should, you are engaged in negative thinking. You need to also consider avoiding phrases like, that really makes me sick, I can't stand it, it burns me up, I hate this, it's a pain in the neck. These kinds of phrases only attract what you don't want in life. You need to remember that thought precedes physical manifestation. Now, I'm not saying that everything you say you will manifest, but when you start saying things and those things you say are charged up with emotion, like, I can't stand this, I hate it, it burns me up, then the likelihood of you manifesting that is more probable. Now, again, when we get stuck on thinking a certain way, it's almost like a bad habit. A lot of people who say, I can't stand this, will say, I can't stand this a lot. Or some people will say, it makes my heart skip a beat, or it breaks my heart. You find that those people tend to say, it breaks my heart a lot. Now, the more you repeat the phrase, the stronger that programming becomes. When you say something to yourself over and over and over and over again, whether it's positive or negative, it becomes a sort of affirmation. Now, the affirmation is going to work because it's repeated over and over and over and over again. When you do that kind of repetition, the chances are that you're programming your biological computer with information, and that information is going to take root and it's going to express itself. A lot of times people who do say, oh, that gives me a pain in the neck, suffer from neck pain. Or people who say, that breaks my heart, have bad heart conditions. Or people who say, that burns me up, tend to have heartburn. Or I can't stand this, tend to have problem with their feet, standing, or they fall, they break a leg. Now, it doesn't happen like that all the time, but I want you to consider thinking of people that you know that use these phrases on a frequent basis and how their lives are. Because there's a direct correlation as to what you say and how you live. Thought precedes physical manifestation. You are wasting your time and energy by thinking thoughts that are only going to attract what you do not want in life. So stop it. Stop it and start thinking of what you want instead. People often say, wait a minute, I'm a very positive thinker. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be miserable. I don't want my marriage to fall apart. I don't want to be poor. You see how positive I am? But guess what? The very moment you start saying, I don't want to be sick, that's what you're thinking about. You're thinking about being sick. Let me ask you to do something. Do not think of a pink elephant. There you go. You're doing it. You're thinking of a pink elephant. Not only that, you're picturing a pink elephant. You're picturing a pink elephant in this mental movie screen of your mind. That movie screen is the same movie screen the universe is watching. You and the universe are watching the same movie. If you say, I don't want to be sick, and you're projecting images of you being sick, guess what you're going to get? You're communicating not only with yourself, with your body, with your brain, with your mind, and the universe, I want to be sick. So if you tell the universe instead, I want to be healthy, I want to be strong, well, guess what? In a matter of time, you're going to be healthy and strong. If you tell the universe, I want my marriage to work, I want to have supportive relationships, loving relationships, well, guess what? You're not only telling your body, brain, and mind, but the universe that you want these things, and the universe will comply. The same thing applies to abundance. The same thing applies to happiness. Whatever you want to attract into your life, you need to think and say and picture in order for it to manifest in your living experience. A lot of times people will ask, well, what am I supposed to say when people ask me, how are you? Just say better and better. You don't have to tell them the truth. You don't have to tell people, oh gosh, I just had a horrible thing happen. I can't pay my bills. My husband walked out on me. My kids don't pay attention. Why are you telling them what's going on in your life? They're not your doctors. They're not your spiritual healers. They're not your bank officers. They're not going to give you the money. So why are you spilling your guts out to someone who's not going to give you anything back in return? In fact, the more you talk about your negative situations with people, the more that's going to go around to other people. And now you have negative energy coming back at you. You're going to have more people thinking negatively about you than you want. Why not just say better and better? My life is getting great, or my life is getting better all the time. And the people you tell that to will then go on and talk to other people and say, hey, guess what? I just saw so-and-so the other day. And man, he or she's looking great. She's doing better. I heard that everything's going well and things are looking on the up and up. And that person will tell somebody else. And you know how that story goes. It all comes back to you. And now you have a lot of people thinking really positive thoughts about you, sending you more energy for manifesting more what you want into your life. Positive thinking is not about, oh, I think it and it happens. Positive thinking is to think consciously about what you want to attract into your life and picture what you want and repeat it on an ongoing basis. So what do you have to do in order to change the polarity of your thought from a negative to a positive? Really simple. All you got to do is whenever you catch yourself saying something negatively or thinking something negatively, simply say, cancel to yourself. So what this means is that you're canceling out the negative thought or statement. But don't stop there. Then you need to replace it with something more positive. If you say, for example, oh, it really breaks my heart when I see that, well, then you say, oh, cancel. You might want to say instead, it really upsets me or it saddens me, but you don't have to break your heart in the process. This whole concept is called mental house cleaning, and there's 3 steps to mental house cleaning. First, recognition. You must recognize that the thought you're expressing is not to your benefit. Second, cancel out the negative thought by saying cancel. You need to cancel the negative thought or statement. And the third one is substitution. You need to substitute the negative thought with an alternate thought or statement that is in line with what you want instead. You've probably heard me mention before that in order to make positive changes in your life, you need to change how you think, believe, and behave. You've now learned how to change how you think. Now you can open the door for positive manifestations.